Now, Van, you do spend a lot of time, threading the middle and trying to unite people. But there are those who really accuse you of being a political opportunist, a chameleon, so to speak, who provided racial cover for former disgraced, twice impeached President Trump.
On the left is The View's Sunny Hostin, and on the right is CNN's Van Jones.
You said this, and I quote, "Donald Trump, and I get beat up by liberals every time I say this, but I'm going to keep saying it. He has done good stuff for the black community, opportunity zone stuff, black college stuff. There's a side to Donald Trump that I think he does not get enough credit for."
So Sunny goes over Jones's past comments.
Okay, I think we passed kneeling.
Who was a client of Jay-Z's Rock Nation, where he has been a client since the year 2017.
Yet, just recently, you cried on CNN when Joe Biden was elected the 46th president.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters.
You even mentioned George Floyd and said a lot of people felt they couldn't breathe.
You know, I can't breathe. You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe.
People in the black community don't trust you anymore. What is your response?
I don't think that's true.
So the question is, where is Sunny coming from, and does it have merit? If you followed our work, you know where we stand on Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid. What's important is when the NFL agreed in 2017 to contribute $89 million over 7 years to social justice causes, one of the organizations these funds would be allocated to was, of course, the Players Coalition, along with, most notably, Dream Corps. In 2014, this was founded by Van Jones, a notable figure. In this is Malcolm Jenkins, seen here given primo airtime by Van Jones on CNN, who just last month was #1 in the rankings of most watched news networks.
He's a sellout. Why do you say that? He's a sellout.
This was Reid in 2018 after confronting Malcolm Jenkins when their respective teams met. Reid left the Players Coalition, but prior to doing so, he was in those meetings when the NFL negotiated with the players. Jenkins, the head of the Players Coalition, contacted Reid afterwards via telephone.
Malcolm called me on the phone and asked if the NFL made a donation to the Players Coalition, would that be enough for me to stop protesting?
Reid made it clear the one thing not on the table for negotiating was the protest. He made it very clear.
He then asked me, well, how much would it take?
Reid, incensed, hung up the phone. One day after Reid left the Players Coalition, Jenkins announced he would stop protesting. That deal, the $89 million, Jones benefited from Jenkins. He benefited from the whiteballing of Colin Kaepernick. He benefited from taking billionaire Trump supporters' money. There's more. The same year Jones founded Dream Corps, superstar entrepreneur Rihanna turned down performing at the halftime show, saying, "I couldn't dare do that. For what? Who gains from that? Not my people. I just couldn't be a sellout. There's things within that organization that I do not agree with at all, and I was not about to go and be of service to them in any way." The NFL found their guy, and that performer was Houston, Texas artist Travis Scott, who accepted on one condition: donate $500,000 to the charity of his choice. That charity was Dream Corps.
We were George Zimmerman, and we felt like we didn't do nothing. We kind of would have wanted that plea as well, but I don't know, man. I don't like getting mixed up in this whole justice thing.
The same Travis Scott who said this of Trayvon Martin. Jones also went on CNN to praise Donald Trump on signing an executive order that he hoped would help in his fight of criminal justice reform. The problem was CNN and Jones never disclosed the 52-year-old was working with the Trump administration directly. Although he denied it, reports indicated that Jones secretly visited the White House to speak to the president's advisor and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, about the order and then praised it on his show when it was announced. In the order, police are encouraged to stop, but not banned from, using chokeholds and serving no-knock warrants, which is like saying I left a full plate of medium-well steaks in front of my dog and discouraged him from eating them. According to the Daily Beast reporting, speaking with sources, Kushner and Jones became fast friends. Jones has been an occasional dinner guest of Jared and Ivanka Trump at their mansion in Washington's posh Kalorama neighborhood, and Kushner introduced Jones to Kim Kardashian West, a longtime pal, along with her husband Kanye of Ivanka's. As Joy Reid wrote, if there are white nationalists across that aisle, the question is, what is the price of the reach and who pays for it? Van Jones absolutely can pick whatever allies he wants. Sonny simply pointed out that choosing those particular allies caused many black folks to distrust him.
If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.